This is a small clip. It's a very, very short clip, but I think there's definitely something worth talking about in it. We're going to get into the fan art section first. Obviously, we got to talk about the stuff that people have submitted for the costume contest, and then we're going to make fun of JD Vance. First, costume contest stuff. This is from Stoff, Cute Dark Arts. They said, I don't really have a name for this, but I was inspired by a color palette I found and decided that it worked really well for Suris. So we have an outfit that was designed by Stoff, the one who did the witch model, or the witch model outfit. So you know what? Fantastic. Marketo says, too late, Suris. It's no longer today, for it is now tomorrow. Fuck you. You're right, but I'm not happy you're right. I spent this entire time messing with the Riftbound deck. That's my problem. That's my fault. I said it looks bizarre. Yeah, it's Stoff. Stoff makes bizarre things. That's how Stoff operates. There's nothing new there. Anyway, if you want your fan art to be shared in a future video, please drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. That all said, if anybody is familiar with Gutfeld, it is a show from Fox News by, well, I mean, do I really have to explain the guy's name at this point? Like, he's the guy's name. And like any other Fox News show with a name, it is just a mouthpiece for conservative propaganda. However, sometimes you get something really fucking funny out of that. This was a show that had JD Vance on it.
You would adjust your beliefs about the country depending on an election? What a scummy thing to do.
So, did you catch that? Adjusting your beliefs about your country simply so that you can win an election would be a scummy thing to do. Next scene.
Yes. Yes, Jessica.
You agree. Our vice president has changed opinions on some big things. No.
That is quite a bailout. We have to go to commercial break.
So, does anybody know about the things that JD Vance actually changed his entire mind on? Said, why does that guy look like a Timo Gilbert Gottfried? So for those who might not remember, JD Vance once actually compared Trump to Hitler. JD Vance was a never Hitler, or a never Trump person. Never Hitler person. No, never Trump. He was a never Trump person, but after comparing Trump to Hitler, he ended up being the vice president. Let me see here. So, yeah, JD Vance once conferred Trump to Hitler. Where is it? Said 8 years ago, in the lead up to the 2016 presidential election, JD Vance was a bitter critic of Donald Trump. Publicly, he called the Republican businessman an idiot and said he was reprehensible, and he privately compared him to Adolf Hitler. But by the time the former president tapped Vance to be his running mate in July, the Ohio native had become one of Trump's most ardent defenders. With Trump's decisive win in Tuesday's presidential election, Vance 40 also became the heir apparent to Trump's re-energized MAGA movement. Vance was a self-described never-Trumper and is now a stalwart loyalist, making him a relatively unusual figure in Trump's inner circle. Now, this is old news, obviously, but I think it's really funny that on Fox News, they just fucking got him. Like, yeah, no, JD Vance has changed who he is specifically to gain power. That's how he operates. That's what he is. He is an opportunistic tech bro. Marco says, considering the theological background of his daddy Peter Thiel's beliefs, calling him a never Hitler might be a bit premature. We have to hold off revelations after all. Fair enough. But realistically, the reason that this is super funny to me is that at the very least, there are people in Fox News who have not forgotten that JD Vance is a turncoat. He is a person who, the nanosecond that the winds of change look like they are far more favorable on a different side, is going to pick that other side, because he has done it before. That is not something that you want in a leader. That is something that you expect in a follower, and not a very fucking loyal one. That's one that you want to turncoat to your side. Like, that's not leadership material. Okay, child, I get it. You are an adorable cat. You are cute and fluffy, and I understand that you really, really want to be here and cuddling, and my mouth is filled with your fucking hair now. Blah! Okay. Cat hair all in my mouth. This is not gonna be fun. The next few hours are not gonna be fun for me. Said kitty, yeah, I'm trying to find my camera so that I can show you guys the kitty, but where the fuck did the camera go? What? There it is. Found it. What? Okay, thank you, Real Cam, for not working. I'm supposed to be showing a cat to people. Video source, properties, activate. Kitty, there we go. Hi, cutie pie. I have way too much of your fucking fur in my mouth now because I had to cuddle you. Listen here, you little shit. Listen here, you little shit. No, actually, Axo, this is not the tree baby. The tree baby doesn't sit on my computer. No, Blackie is the tree baby. And Blackie, mostly just sleeps on the bed. Or with the dogs. Because Blackie thinks he's a fucking dog. Cutie Pie is Saki's cat. With her crossed eyes and her interrupting my workflow every single day. That's you. That's you. That's you. Child. Said she looks like a little bastard? Yeah, no, she is a little bastard. That is exactly what she is. So, JD Vance, back to something far less interesting than the cat, I promise you. Your workflow interrupts her schedule? God damn it. But no. Okay. So, where was I going with this? What happened? Why did it disappear? Oh, right. So, the reason that Donald Trump picked JD Vance is twofold. Reason number one, he's highly connected in the tech industry. And as we all know, Donald Trump is trying to be deeply seated with new money. And the tech industry is where all the new money is right now. The other reason that we got JD Vance is because Donald Trump is a media person. He loves a story. And what story is more fun and compelling and great than the story of a prodigal son who has come to the fold? A Republican who was a never-Trumper, who became a Trumper because he saw the light on who Trump is. Like, that is a massive story for anybody to rally behind. And that's what he got with JD Vance. Now, granted, with JD Vance, he did get a human being with less charisma than a 5-year-old with snot crawling up their nose. So, realistically, there may have been some strategic errors for when Donald Trump's McDonald's finally catches up to him and he's no longer in office and we have President Vance desperately trying to figure out what the fuck he's going to be doing with any of that. Said he's bland enough to not be threatening. Yeah, so... But the other half of that, and it's something that I've noted before, I am actually legitimately scared of having JD Vance as president, because while I am terrified of Donald Trump is an incompetent piece of shit. Vance strikes me as a competent piece of shit. So you can have two coins here. On one side of a coin, you have an incompetent Donald Trump with a bunch of competent people under him who are executing their directives to fuck up us and our country. And if your argument that they're not actually doing a good job is that they are breaking the country and fucking things up, I want to point out that the purpose of a system is what its results are. And if the results of the system have been a broken country and capitalism bending us over and fucking it, remember that we have a billionaire as a president. He is 100% on the gravy train, and the gravy is the blood coming out of your asshole while you're getting fucked by capital. The purpose of what Donald Trump has done with Project 2025, replacing a lot of experts with loyalists, was to fuck over the country and make it so that it would simply be a mechanism that could drive profits as opposed to a mechanism that actually helped people. Even our soft power has been eroded. But on the other side, you have JD Vance, who, regardless of what JD Vance will want to do, he's going to be fighting for the billionaires just as much. But JD Vance is a much more competent person. He seems infinitely more competent. But I don't know if he'll have the loyalists, and that's the other side of that coin. Do you want the incompetent guy with the fully competent army, or do you want the competent guy with the fully competent army that is maybe not willing to listen to him as much? Or do we accept that the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 book, despite it obviously being written in favor of Donald Trump, actually specifically said that the loyalists should be there for whoever happens to be in the front of the Republican Party, so if that happens to be JD Vance, well... We're basically right where we were, but now with a competent guy trying to fuck everything up, but this time on purpose. Marco says Vance doesn't have the Riz. Yeah, I get that. Oh, god damn it, Growlith. Fine, I'll let you in. Give me a second. Vance doesn't have the Riz, more like the jizz in the couch. I mean, yes, he has the jizz in the couch. This is true. JD Vance is nothing if not a jizzler rizzler when it comes to upholstery. But, again, I will say this. I am happy seeing him get a little plastered on by Fox News specifically, where they go, no, actually, didn't you change all of your fucking beliefs specifically to gain power? And that's the thing you shouldn't do? Thanks, Jessica Tarlov. Thank you very, very much. That is what you did.
About past comments that you've made about Donald Trump. You've said, I'm a never Trump guy, never liked him, terrible candidate, idiot if you voted for him, might be America's Hitler, might be a cynical a-hole, cultural heroine, noxious and reprehensible. Those are things. This is an evolution. And
so many things about who JD Vance was versus who he is now. I am scared of what happens if we get him as president. But in the meantime, I am happy to see his ass torn absolutely fucking asunder by the greater internet. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.